Well, in fact, Dundee United were presented with an award at the City Chambers today. George Fox accepted the award, and we should be seeing that coming up now. Everyone who attended the UEFA Cup final in May 1987 had nothing but admiration for the Tannadice faithful, who were magnificent even in defeat. In fact, so impressed were victorious Gothenburg that they wrote to UEFA singing the praises of the Dundee United fans. That letter inspired today's unique award, a cheque for £18,500 presented by FIFA Vice President Harry Cavan to United Chairman George Fox.
I have never seen anything like the scenes after Gothenburg had won at Tannadice Park. You would really have thought Dundee United had won. And no tribute can be higher than to say, I'm proud to be chairman of Dundee United and of the supporters who are represented today.
Members of several Dundee United supporters clubs heard Lord Provost Tom Mitchell thank the fans for the honour they had brought to the city. And SFA President David Will praised them for what they'd done for Scottish football.
Really, I don't think the Scottish public have really realised what an incredible award it is. FIFA's the world body. They could have given this to anyone or any group of people in the world, to a coach in China or a player in Cuba or a team somewhere else, and they've given it to the supporters of a Scottish club. It's absolutely fantastic.
Dundee United, by the way, have already spent that £18,000 and some on covering the family enclosure. But I'm sure there'd be no better reward for the fans than a victory over Celtic at Tannadice tomorrow. That could be made difficult by continuing injury problems. 3 players are battling for fitness: Jim McInally, Dave Bowman and Alan Irvine. Celtic are likely to start favourites, but United are used to that.
It's really just to be expected. Normally Celtic and Rangers are always favourites, so Celtic will be favourites on Saturday as per usual, and that doesn't affect us. We're used to that. In fact, I think we prefer that way, being underdogs. I think we play slightly better when we're underdogs.
Do you feel going into this game that you have something to prove?
Cup final.
And happily for United, Kevin Gallagher appears to be none the worse. There he goes again, test him now in his pace, taking on Roy Aitken. There's Gallagher! It's a magnificent goal for Dundee United. Good play by Rogan. Equaliser by McAvenny. There's Stark. McAvenny.
I think that will stick in most people's minds. Played well for an hour again, and then we got beaten the last half hour, so we're going to prove on Saturday that we can play for 90 minutes and end up winning.
Aberdeen boss Alex Smith.
Dundee United fans were this morning described as Europe's finest supporters. The compliment came at a presentation when the club was given a cheque for £18,500 in recognition of its fans' good behaviour during last year's UEFA Cup competition. The award from football's governing body of the world, FIFA, was prompted by a recommendation from the Swedish Football Association after Gothenburg beat United in the final last year.
From Barcelona to Gothenburg during the UEFA Cup run, the Tangerine fans left behind them a trail, not of violence and bloodshed, but of smiles and friendship. European cities more used to rampaging fans from England were delighted and amused as the Scottish supporters took victory and defeat with equal good humour. But it was in their bitter disappointment as United lost the UEFA Cup final at Tannadice Park that the fans recorded their finest hour.
I've seen some crowds in my time. I don't think I've ever seen a crowd stand like this for a defeated side. That warms your heart. You'd think that Dundee United had won everything. And why not? What a wonderful performance by the crowd.
And that sportsmanship was recognised today at a ceremony in Dundee City Chambers when FIFA Vice President Harry Cavan presented Dundee United Chairman George Fox with the association's first ever Fair Play Award. United has in fact already spent the money on providing a covered family enclosure, a reward directly to the fans. And while welcoming the award, manager Jim McLean expressed regret that the supporters hadn't been more closely involved in the ceremony.
In this day and age, it's magnificent that Dundee United supporters should be recognised. The sad part for me is obviously the difficulty and not having enough supporters here present. And for me personally, I don't mean to criticise anybody, but I would have been far happier if the award had been presented at a game when all the supporters were there, and to me they're the people that we're recognising here today. But it's easy to criticise, but again, as usual, I'm not completely satisfied with the situation.
Meanwhile, at Tannadice, the ground was being prepared for tomorrow's league clash with Celtic, although United will again play without their two most recent signings, Rafael Mead, who is injured, and Miodrag Krivokapic, who is awaiting his work permit.